Okay, so today we're going to look at some pretty provocative ideas
Yeah.
from a businessman named Rajiv Malhotra.
Okay.
He's talking about what he calls like the dark underbelly
Right.
of the American dream,
Interesting.
and especially kind of how it all relates back to that 2008 financial crisis.
Yeah.
So we're using some clips from an interview with Mr. Malhotra
Okay.
called Bone Chills Files.
I see.
And we're basically going to try to break down his main points
Yeah.
and see what it all can mean.
Yeah. Okay.
So Mr. Malhotra, he starts off with this really kind of strong image.
Okay.
He says the American dream has like, quote unquote, bodies buried beneath it.
Wow.
Like it's a powerful way to start, right?
Yeah, it is.
Like there's some hidden cost to this whole thing.
Right.
And it's being like intentionally hidden.
Okay.
And so when he talks about this whole thing,
Right.
the 2008 financial meltdown in New York,
Yeah.
it's like a huge turning point for him.
I see.
He noticed that after the crash, like a lot of executives and whistleblowers,
Yeah.
they just kind of disappeared.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
What?
But he's not just saying like they changed jobs or something.
Right.
He uses the word silenced,
Oh, wow.
which is like
It's a lot more serious.
way more intense, right?
Yeah.
So like what kind of scenarios
Yeah.
could he be thinking about when he uses that word?
Exactly.
And like back then in 2008,
Right.
were there any cases that people were actually talking about that might fit with this whole idea?
Yeah, that's the big question, right? I mean, Mr. Malhotra seems to be suggesting that it wasn't just people moving on with their lives.
Right. He's hinting at like a deliberate effort to make sure certain information never came out. The interesting thing is he says these disappearances weren't really looked into
Oh, wow.
or even like questioned publicly.
Hmm.
So if that's true, then it really makes you wonder
Yeah, it does.
about who's being held accountable
Yeah.
and how transparent things really are.
Exactly.
And this is where Mr. Malhotra makes this bigger point.
Okay.
He says that the American system, like the whole thing,
Right.
is set up to basically protect its own to the point where it could even be dangerous
Wow.
for anyone who threatens that. It's not just about a few bad apples.
Right.
He's saying it's the whole system itself.
Yeah, like a built-in thing
Exactly.
where powerful people are protected and anyone who challenges them, they face serious consequences. To show what he means, he tells these stories about being in boardrooms where guys would joke about handling problems.
Like getting rid of them.
Yeah, and at first he says he didn't take it seriously.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he thought it was just talk.
But then...
Then he saw those jokes become reality.
Oh, wow.
And that changed everything for him.
That's pretty heavy.
It is. Yeah.
Like, it's one thing to hear these accusations in the abstract, but it's different when you feel like you've witnessed it,
Absolutely.
even indirectly.
Yeah.
So how do you think seeing something like that changes a person's view of the entire system?
Oh, it can definitely make you more cynical
Right.
and suspicious of everything. I mean,
Yeah.
from these experiences, Mr. Malhotra comes to some pretty dark conclusions.
Okay.
He says flat out that he believes not all bankruptcies are accidents
Wow.
and not all suicides are voluntary.
Those are some big accusations.
Yeah, there are.
I mean, he's basically challenging the idea that the financial world
right.
is honest
Yeah.
and that people are safe.
And that's a huge deal.
It is.
Yeah.
So if we think about what he's saying,
Yeah.
what kind of evidence or situations
Right.
would make someone believe that these things could actually happen?
That's a good question.
I mean, this interview, it's all about Mr. Malhotra's perspective.
right.
But if we look at the bigger picture,
Yeah.
what are the things within a system that could either enable these kinds of actions or keep them hidden if they were happening?
Right.
So basically, what makes a society transparent
Yeah.
or what allows things to stay hidden?
It's complicated.
It is.
Yeah, Mr. Malhotra's story paints a picture of a system
Okay.
where corruption and maybe even violence are used to keep people in power.
Right.
His main argument, and especially when you look at 2008, is that anyone who was a threat to the way American businesses worked,
Right.
they might have been silenced or even gotten rid of.
And that's terrifying.
It is.
And he says nobody really looked into it.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
So thinking about what Mr. Malhotra's saying,
Okay.
these disappearances,
Yeah,
the idea that bankruptcies and suicides
right.
might not be what they seem, all to protect the people at the top.
Right.
What kind of systems do you think could actually prevent stuff like this?
Right.
like legal systems, regulations,
Yeah.
even cultural things? Or on the flip side, what would allow these things to stay hidden?
It makes you think
Because,
about what really goes on behind the scenes and how much we really know.
it's a lot to consider.
It is, yeah.
That's for
A
sure.
lot to